Hey guys, ToT here. This is my rotation video for the PvE Sub Rogue. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my rotation. I'll explain why I do use certain cooldowns at certain times, and yeah, I'll show you guys what kind of DPS I can pull self-buffed. And you know, I'm sitting at an item level of 639 right now, so it's not going to be insane damage, but I do pull pretty good damage in raids. To start off, make sure you guys have full refreshed poisons before every boss fight. That's priority. And before I jump into it, I'm going to tell you guys the dots and finishers and everything that you want to prioritize. So top priority is slice and dice, because melee, you're going to find out if you use recount like I do right down here. I'll take a look at it after the fight to show you guys what I'm talking about, but when you look at the damage chart on it, melee is always going to be your top damage, because slice and dice is obviously going to speed up your attack speed, but you're a rogue, you're a sub rogue for that, and you know, you're not, backstab isn't a tremendously high damage dealing move. It's more of just a filler combo point generator for you, but you're attacking with daggers, so daggers, fast weapons in the game, you're going to be hitting the boss a lot. So slice and dice, keep that at number one. Only pop slice and dice without 5 combo points if you're in a bind. Say you got like 4 combo points and you see your rupture's about to fall off in about 5 seconds, so hit your slice and dice if it's at real low, like 2 seconds left on it, and then do your rupture. You get the 5 points in rupture. Hemo. Rupture is okay to let fall off if you don't have 5 combo points for it, but you don't want it to fall off. You're getting behind in your rotation if your slice and dice and your rupture are falling off, so work on that if you're having that problems. Another thing, vanish, right down here. You're going to see me vanish early into the opener after my shadow dance falls off, and I'll be watching this debuff on the boss. It'll be right about here. It's called Find Weakness. It reduces the armor of the boss by 100% but against my moves, so you get that from ambush, so you don't want that to fall off. You want to keep that up as long as possible. Obviously it's going to fall off after your opener, but you're going to see me vanish. I'm going to reapply ambush, and then instantly after that ambush I'm going to hit preparation. It doesn't cost anything. All it is a global cooldown, and it's not going to affect your rotation. The reason why you want to pop it immediately after your ambush is the 5-minute cooldown, and in some fights in high mall you're going to be able to get it off. Well, all fights you should be able to get it off 2 times up to 3 times even on certain bosses, and you're going to be able to vanish a ton, because vanish is a 1.5 minute cooldown, and just keep reapplying that ambush find weakness debuff. So my opener, obviously you're going to premeditation them to get 2 combo points up on them. Typically before I even hit the boss once, I've got 5 combo points from the healing, because the healers are critting all the time. The tanks are critting, and the range are hitting the boss and critting before you even open, so you should have about 4 or 5 combo points before you even open. So before I pop out of stealth, I'll pop my slice and dice, so I got a full 5 slice and dice, and then I'll hit an ambush, and I'll pop a shadow dance and shadow reflection. This is my macro for it, and then I'll hit another ambush so that my shadow reflection applies the find weakness, and then I hit hemorrhage. By then I should have 5 combo points, and I'll rupture. And you want to keep hitting the big moves. Obviously my slice and dice is going to fall off here, because I'm only going to use a 2 combo point slice and dice for the sake of this video with my premeditation, but I'm just going to go through the rotation to show you guys how it should look. So after my first rupture, I'll get 5 combo points real quick from the ambushes, and I'll go ahead and eviscerate, and then I'll be at that point I should be able to get another ambush or two off, especially with Arcane Torrent, my Blood Elf passive. It gives me 15 energy back. So, you know, that's not a big deal. If you're not a Blood Elf, it's not going to hurt you too bad, but it does help get one last ambush off. So then I'll reapply my Slice and Dice, go through it a little bit more, and stop and show you guys the DPS meter chart and what priorities you got for that. So let's jump into it. Arcane Torrent did a little bit early there, but it's not a big deal. I refreshed Slice and Dice. You're going to see Hemorrhage and Rupture are about halfway done. I'm going to Hemorrhage once there. Find Weakness fell off. I vanished. Premeditation. And I'm ready to vanish again. I didn't watch my Find Weakness that well, but there, I'm right back on it. So, pretty simple rotation. I'm only pulling 17k right now, self-buffed, but you just see it's all priority. You're watching your debuffs, you're watching your Slice and Dice, you're not letting your Slice and Dice fall off, or your Rupture. I know some websites say reapply Slice and Dice after 10 seconds, when it's got less than 10 seconds, but you know, 10 seconds is a long time for a rogue, especially with backstabs. So you're going to be able, and Honor Among Thieves, you're going to be able to get enough energy back. I try to refresh my Slice and Dice when it's lower than 5 seconds. You want to reapply your Rupture as late as possible. So within the last 3 seconds you want to pop a Rupture on them. And if you see your Rupture is getting close, if you're at like 5 seconds on your Rupture and you got 5 combo points, go ahead and reapply it. It's not a big deal. But Hemorrhage, make sure you apply that at the last second possible. You don't want it to fall off, but you don't want to waste time with hemorrhages. Let's take a look at the meter here. Melee, obviously the big damage, 30%. The Rupture dot eviscerate, so you want to keep your Rupture dot up at all time. And you want to eviscerate, so your backstab's a big number because you're doing a lot more than the ambushes. And then your Deadly Poison dot, and Deadly Poison, and then Rupture itself. So make sure you keep your Rupture dot up at all times, and your Slice and Dice for your melees. And that's pretty much the rotation, guys. I was at about 17k there for the burst, and in raids I get up to about 23k, and sit around 16 to 19k depending on the fight for my constant damage throughout the fight. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. If you guys want to know my macros, I can go ahead and make a video about that, or just post the macros in the description down below. I don't really use a ton of macros right now, but other than that, good luck guys, and have fun.